Hi.
right.
Hi, this is Cynthia Horner from Right On Digital. I'm here with Anthony Hamilton, who is definitely one of my very favorite singers of all times. In fact, what he doesn't know is Woo is, in my opinion, one of the best songs that's ever been recorded. So, Anthony, I know you've done many songs since Woo.
Yeah,
Can we talk about it for a minute? Because I just love the song so much.
absolutely we can. Woo is one of those songs that it reminded me of a throwback song. I forgot the name of the song, but when I was working with Babyface up at his place up in up in on the West Coast, we were writing and we wanted to make a song that felt like an anthem and something that just expressed how we felt about beautiful women. And so we got in and the guys got together, man, and we started to write this song. It was like, ooh, ooh girl, you're so fine. And it just came together and turned into this masterpiece. It's absolutely one of my favorites as well.
Well, one of the things that I like about the song is the vocal abilities that you demonstrate on the song remind me of artists from a really, really long time ago, way back. And
Yeah.
I think that obviously you have been influenced by some of those artists. So can you talk about who some of your early influences were that are
Wow.
probably some music greats?
Absolutely. Everyone from Rick James to the Prince to Al Green and Otis Redding, Sam Cooke, Aretha Franklin, Gladys Knight. Yeah, Diana Ross and the Supremes. It's so many. And then I fell in love with Jodeci and that's getting back to the earlier artists, but from back in the 70s, the 60s and 70s, yeah, those artists were the ones who really started my journey musically and sonically, were the most attractive to me in terms of what I heard and what made me feel a certain way. So
Mhm.
I owe it all to the 70s.
Yeah, his name because I do think that some of your musical influences are from that era. Now,
Mhm.
when you were younger, just getting started, probably I guess in high school or whatever, did you ever anticipate getting a record deal?
I always said that I was going to be famous singing, and I said that from 6 or 7 years old. And I didn't know what fame really was. I just knew that I wanted to travel and sing and do music, and I felt like it was going to happen for me because nobody ever told me that it wasn't. And I believe, like, when God creates you and put whatever He instills in you, all of us have our gifts. I knew mine. I recognized it, and my soul never tried to dance around it. It danced with it, and yeah, it became one big song that you guys are hearing now. And
Wow. And it's nice that you mentioned Rick James and Prince. Those are two artists that we covered very, very heavily in Right On Magazine. And I was actually personal friends with both of them. I've got some gifts right here in my bedroom.
wow,
Rick James, yeah, I've got a bracelet from him. I've got a
yeah,
Stone City Band jacket. And
wow, you got a jacket too? Woo.
yeah, yeah, and I've got my name on liner notes from some of the Prince albums. So, and these
Crazy. That's
people,
awesome, man.
yeah, and they're not here anymore, and it's kind of sad, but we just have to keep their legacy alive. Now,
I know.
tell me,
Gone too
um,
early, too
yeah,
soon. Yeah,
yeah, Right On Magazine did a lot for all of these people. Now,
absolutely. I've been reading Right On magazine for as long as I can remember, and you guys have showcased a lot of artists that were influential to my growth, and it kept music exciting for me. Being in Charlotte, North Carolina, I didn't have access to Hollywood and the big industry, musical industry, like New York and Detroit with Motown. So we didn't have that here. So I lived through right on and, magazines and publications like that. So thank you guys for covering that. I knew Prince really well as well. I've been to his house about 10 times or more and been to Paisley Park and actually recorded at Paisley Park with Prince, a song called North Carolina that he produced for Shelby J, who absolutely is amazing. And I got the chance to know him. And he was like, I don't know. He was like, Anthony, I don't know why you're not leading this R&B music, this movement. And he wanted me to do Breakfast Can Wait. And I was like, well, but I'm signed. I'm signed to a label. He was like, so?
That's Prince. That's different.
I just wasn't as brave as him. I wish I had been a lot earlier. Things probably would be a lot different. But hey, I learned a lot from him. And he spoke about business. He was very funny. Prince was funny. We'd watch YouTube, me, him, and Shelby, we'd watch some YouTube videos and just giggle about certain things. And he was comfortable around us.
Wow, that's interesting to know. And he was very hilarious with me. I remember my first interview with him. I asked him what was his favorite food, and he said bubble yum. And I just sat there. I didn't know, I wasn't sure what to say because he kept talking in riddles anyway. And I was just like thrown by different answers, especially the answer I got when I asked him why was his name Prince and what was his last name. And he said, I go by Prince because my last name is ugly, so I don't like it. And I'm not going to tell anyone what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we could go on and on about our Prince stories. One day we'll have to exchange more. But right now, tell me about some of your latest endeavors, because I know that you are very busy all the time.
Yeah, now, the new album, Love is the New Black, is out, and it's got a nice buzz. It came out late September, and people now are catching on. It's just been, it's one of those things like a lot of my fan base is not on social media. So getting it to them and letting them know that it's available has been a little bit of a challenge, but it's okay. I welcome it. But it's out. I have songs with Rick Ross, Lil Jon, and we redid Superstar by Luther Vandross, Jennifer Hudson, and myself, and it's absolutely stellar.
Well, of course it would be with the two of you. What is it like working with Jennifer Hudson? Because she is just so amazing, and she does so much great role model for our generations.
She is. She's absolutely someone to look up to and to be inspired by. Working with her was easy. It was easy. It was egoless. She was absolutely a sweetheart, and she invited me to her home studio. We never got a chance to make that happen. I think, with COVID and just the scheduling around her movie filming, we never really made it happen. But just the conversation and just the fact that she was open and she was just like, you want to sing with me? Oh my God, I'm such a huge fan of yours. But just to share that moment and to see that she was open and just beautiful, and there was no ego. She got 5 more notches up on my love 'em scoreboard.
Wow. Now you were talking about the challenges of getting your audiences to connect with your latest project. I know that a lot of people use Facebook, but a lot of the younger fans like TikTok. And I don't know, Maybe you need to do a TikTok challenge.
Well, yeah, I've been on TikTok, and you know, the new song that I have with Lil Jon, it's called "I'm Ready." It's young, it's youthful, but it's Anthony Hamilton still. So that was we're about to drop that at the top of the year and started off in the new year with that. And it's going to be, that's going to have dances and all this, people can express themselves and let people know just how ready they are for the new year.
Oh, they'll love it. Now,
oh yeah.
What have been some of the challenges that you faced as a performer with COVID? Because COVID has really wreaked havoc on the music industry, because a lot of venues were closed and tours were canceled. So how did you navigate through it? Because we're not out of it yet. So we're still dealing with COVID issues.
Absolutely. I had COVID last year. This time I was in the hospital for 2 weeks with COVID and complications from like pneumonia. I didn't have to get on the respirator. I had, just oxygen, and I just worked my way, and I kept exercising in my hospital bed and got up and walked around, and, the herbs that I had that I took with me, I took those and just worked on my breathing and my patience and my faith. And so I'm still here to tell the story, but it took a toll. When your livelihood is surrounded, it's when your livelihood is supported by people and the audience and the day-to-day connection to people and being in the venues and singing and seeing the energy and giving it back. When you disconnect with that, it takes a while before you realize that, hey, sometimes it's not being in person, sometimes it's just giving them the message through the music. And so I took to the internet. I took to IG Live, Facebook Live, and I would do performances. And the people, my first IG Live, it was 80,000 people that logged on, which was really, really great, with limited promotion. In terms of making money, that was put on hold. And the hard part about that is just, I'm okay. I save. I don't spend a lot on cars and jewelry and certain things. And
good.
So, yeah, so I'm okay. I would be okay for a couple of years. But, I worry about the band members and people on my team who may not have been as well prepared as me. So we found ways to work to get them to come over. We get them tested and they would come over to my home, and we perform here in my living room. And we still wear masks, but we made the best of what we had. And as time started to open up, there were small performances here and there, private performances where people were tested, and things start to become more familiar in terms of what live music meant to people. And it was not just, being in the venue, but people had to get comfortable with their new lives and the new way of moving around and wearing masks and feeling like, hey, is this mask still safe? Is it okay? And so you had all those different dynamics to overcome. But when you love something so much, you find a way to make it live and to allow it to live and to get it to people when it's special. And so that's what we're trying to do now. And so each day I'm giving tutorials or whatever it may be, just to show my older fan bases on Facebook how to maneuver the internet and get to the music that they love, and using the younger generation to encourage them to download it for your loved ones and show them how to do it. And just to bridge the gap between the generations and have time. That's a special time to be intimate with your loved ones.
Well, you had some very interesting things to say, and I want to thank you so much for this interview for Right on Digital. Now, which is the best platform for fans to connect with you? You want to say Twitter, or you want to say Facebook, or both?
I say Facebook and Instagram are strongest at this moment. for me. And you can find out about my Hamilton Corner Store, where I sell the best grits in the world. You can go to Hamilton Corner Store. Yes, HamiltonCornerStore.com for old-fashioned grits and the quick, creamy grits, the best, hands down, in the world, the best grits you ever want to have in your life. You can order them. Yeah, you can order them, and I'm packaging the bags, and I'm sealing them up, and I'm stamping them, and I'm autographing for those who buy the bundles and stuff. You can buy a bundle with the old fashioned and a quick grit. And these bundles, man, some of them come with the book and a CD. And I'm excited about it. Quaker has ran the world long enough. Now it's time for little old me at Hamilton Corner Store to win the hearts in the homes of people, one grit bowl at a time.
Wow. So that means you put your foot in it. Okay.
Absolutely. You can buy them, and I can show you how to prepare different meals with it. I'm just excited about it. Giving people a chance to have the staple things sent to their home. And we're going to be going inside some of the stores in the new year, all the grocery stores. I'm claiming it now. And after that, I'll have my standalone stores where you can come in and enjoy it. And then eventually my own grocery stores and restaurants. So I'm excited about it.
Wow. Well, congratulations. And we will certainly do everything we can to help you. Well,
thank you.
You have a wonderful day, and thank you again for your time.
Thank you, and Merry Gritmas to you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you, love.